They say hospitals never sleep, but some memories refuse to stay buried. Late one rainy night, the emergency ward of St. Mercy Hospital was quiet, except for the steady beeping of machines and soft footsteps of nurses. Among them was matron Umfon, a woman known for her strictness and sharp tongue. She believed in rules, orders, and discipline, sometimes forgetting that behind every patient was a fragile human being. Months earlier, a young boy had been rushed into the hospital. He was weak, burning with fever, and in desperate need of care. His worried mother begged for quick attention, but matron Umfon dismissed the case, insisting that the boy wait his turn. Other nurses followed her lead, shrugging it off as just malaria. The attending doctor, equally unconcerned, delayed running tests. By the time they finally attended to him, it was too late. The boy never opened his eyes again. The case was brushed aside, and the hospital moved on. But matron Umfon never forgot his face, those tired eyes, and the way his small hand had clutched at the air before slipping away. On this particular night, the ward was calm. Only a few patients rested in their beds, including a man who had been brought in after a minor accident with a broken arm. Matron Umfon sat at her desk, exhausted after a long day of supervising younger nurses. Her head slowly leaned against her arm, and before she knew it, her eyelids grew heavy. Then suddenly, she felt something. A presence. Her eyes snapped open, and there, right in front of the desk, stood the boy. The same boy who had died months ago. His face was pale. His hospital gown stained faintly as it had been that day. He said nothing at first. He just stood there, pointing directly at her. Matron Umfon's heart nearly stopped. She pushed back her chair with a sharp cry, the sound echoing through the ward. The other nurses rushed over, startled by her scream. "What happened, matron?" they asked, looking around. But they saw nothing, only the quiet hall, the patient still asleep, and her trembling hands. But she saw him clear as day. The boy's lips moved, whispering words that chilled her to the bone. "Do not send another child away. Not again." His eyes seemed to pierce through her, holding her still. And just as quickly as he appeared, he was gone. The other nurses shook their heads, whispering among themselves, certain that fatigue had gotten the best of their matron. But matron Umfon knew what she had seen. The boy had returned, not with anger, not with violence, but with a warning. That night changed her. From then on, she began treating every patient with care and urgency, no matter how small their case seemed. She listened to mothers, checked every detail, and encouraged doctors to act quickly. The same nurse who once followed her strict, cold example began to notice the difference. Patients left with smiles instead of tears. Slowly, St. Mercy Hospital began to heal not only its patients, but also its reputation. And though Matron Fawn never spoke of it openly, she carried the memory of that boy in her heart. She believed his spirit had returned, not to torment her, but to guide her. To remind her that in the world of healing, a single act of neglect could cost a life, and a single act of kindness could save one.